Good afternoon and welcome. Now, here's the thing. I want to address something here for a bit. So I talked about Rent a Girlfriend season 2, and I'm looking forward for this week's episode. I probably won't even get a chance to watch it, because like I said, because of work and such. But I promise you to give you a review of episode 2 of it. But this show I've watched. First time I watched this show I just finished. I gotta say, this has felt more like Domestic Girlfriend. Hey, hold on, I got the box to prove it. See, Domestic Girlfriend is the show that I like because the storyline is so like, what the heck is this? Like, I don't even know where to begin with that storyline of Domestic Girlfriend. It has so many twists and turns, and then props for the ending given what we got from it. So that right there, I say, you know what? I'm gonna continue with this Domestic Girlfriend. I hope we get a season 2, by the way. Now, this new show that I've watched, I kid you not, this show I watched felt like it was Domestic Girlfriend all over again. Which means everybody gonna think like, oh, this is the dumpster right here. Let's throw it out of trash because the show's gonna suck. And yeah, it's from the same studio that made Hikahiro. You know, Hikahiro, the girl Saya, who ran away from home, being with one man after another, find a place to stay, and he stayed with the main character. And he trying to fix her life back up again, you know, that kind of drama show. Yeah, that show. So now they worked on another show. And I gotta say, it's like, I felt the Domestic Girlfriend in this first episode. And it's two ways to call it. My stepsister is my ex-girlfriend, or my stepmom's daughter is my ex. There's two ways to go around this, but I'm gonna go by the title I'm feel comfortable saying with a better storyline. My stepmom's daughter is my ex. That's the storyline. So my first thought of this episode was like, what the fuck? I didn't look at all the characters who's casting the show. I didn't look at this. I just look at the trailers. I saw the trailers and I saw the first episode, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this. Now this first episode is like, again, what would have happened? The girl you dated, y'all broke up after graduation, and then all of a sudden, his father, her mother, they get married, and now you just step. I'm like, wow. You know what's funny? I know people gonna say Sweet Home Alabama vibe. I get that, but don't you just love/hate, like, in terms of what the fuck? Why? Like with Domestic Girlfriend, remember how he slept with Rui? And then the next day he found his father getting remarried to the mother. He found out he's getting a stepmom, and the two girls that's wanted is Hina, the one you fell in love with, and that's your teacher, and Rui, that the one you just slept with is now your stepsister. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my god, this is so Domestic Girlfriend. The only difference is that these two characters are trying to outwit one another. You got Yume, the girl who's quiet, who used to be shy back in the days, and now she's all like trying to be all like proving that she's better than him. And then you got Mizuto, the other guy, who's like calm and not too like just normal. Like he got that straight face. But looking at these two, it's like it's a battle of wits. That's what this first episode got to me. It's like looking at these two characters going at it, it's like it's a battle of wits. Who's gonna cave? Who's gonna be the one to say, I can't do this anymore. No, I can't do this. I can't do this. You're my ex. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't believe that my ex-girlfriend is my stepdaughter. My stepsister. This is ridiculous. I can't do it. So it's like, who's gonna cave? Who's gonna be the one to crack under pressure? Who's gonna be the one to tell their parents? Who's gonna be the one to tell their new family, hey, I can't be with her because I used to date her. Who's going to cave? And I look at these two and I'm like, one is trying to outwit the other. They even try to outwit each other. Like who was born first? Who's the big sibling in this whole faction? In this group, they're like, oh, we're both born November 3rd. The only difference is I was born 11, and Yumi's like, I was born 11:04 a.m. You was born 11:34 a.m. So yeah, that makes sense. I'm born, but they always trying to figure out twists and turns. Who's gonna cave? That's what it is. And Yume, given that she has she trying so hard to win so much in this episode that she even, not only she has higher scores than him, but she's also like, I will say number one in the school in terms of in brain type of it. But she's trying to crack him under pressure. But Mizuto is not the guy that I don't see him like, interesting. I don't give a shit. He's that guy. He doesn't care. He has that straight face from the guy from Classroom of the Elite. That straight face guy. And I'm looking at him like, this guy don't even care. He doesn't. Not at all. Not at all. And then, out of top of all of this, and I get it was a slow-paced episode. And then the next day, then they started going to school together. The parents was like, let's smile together. That they put on a fake smile and all that. Like, okay. They're like, okay, let's play this game. Let's play it along with this. We'll pretend to be step siblings, Let's pretend to like each other as step siblings, even though we were dating before. Let's pretend to be the step siblings, and then put on his fake smile and say, yeah, that's my sister. Yeah, that's my brother. Let's just call it like it is. They pretend it's fake smile and pretend we didn't. Let's forget about the past and just go with it. Really? That's not how that works. Trust me. Literally, you have these two just trying. I know they said they're annoying, but I know people are going to say where this is going to lead to. People say what it's going to lead to. Is it going to lead to that domestic girlfriend route thing? Or is it going to end somewhere else? We don't know. We don't know. And Yume's very weird. You trying to pressure Mizuto, and then you grabbed him, say you want to talk to him, and your breast is all over him. Your breast is on his arm thing. And you trying to scrub it off like it was nothing. You try to scrub it off. Because you still have, I know they're going to say you still have feelings for him. I get it, but that's your stepbrother. Like, come on. Come the fuck on. Really? Really? And then you try, and then you make, she's like, okay, I know how to win. I'll put my towel on around him. Okay. I put a towel on, try to seduce him, put one leg over. Now, Mizuto, he's all blushing, not trying to look. He's not trying to look like, she's like, I got this. But then when her towels almost fell off, Mizuto being the nice guy that he is, he put on gave him his own jacket. He gave him his own shirt, and that's that. His own jacket, and then that scene when they fall. When he falls on top of her, we got flashbacks. And I'm telling you right now, we're gonna see some flashbacks of them together when they were in middle school, like how it all happened, like who confessed first, who kissed first, it's gonna be those kind of flashbacks. But luckily for the parents, they came at the time because Yume was hiding under the couch. Very good. Very good. Now, again, there's not much to say about the first episode. All I know that these two hate each other. They hate each other. So we're gonna figure out how they hate each other in some ways to, like, how they break up. Like I said, this is a light novel. I didn't read this. I didn't read this. I'm just going by what I see from this anime version. And what I'm looking at right now is like, I get it. This is a slow pace. It's not crazy yet. Because sometimes the first episode may not give you an expression like, okay, this is the first episode. It's no big deal. Wait till the next episode. We'll see how this works. But let's see who's gonna crack on the pressure between Yume and Mizuto. And people who will say, I feel like it's gonna be one of those like, hey, can I go out with your stepbrother? And one gonna get jealous of the other. That's how I see. In this comedy romance genre that it is, my stepmom's daughter is my ex. I'll tell you one now, one of them gonna crack on the pressure, or both of them are gonna tell their parents about what really going on. Because I don't think the parents, looking at them, I don't think their parents know about they had a relationship. I don't know how they're going to work it out. But we'll see how this goes. I'm just saying. So again, this was a pretty good episode. Well, not like, oh my God. This was like, okay. So for now, it's really good. I don't think is it gonna be terrible? I don't know. When it comes to stuff like this, it's more of the drama we're gonna get out of it, especially like domestic girlfriend. And I'm gonna keep the domestic girlfriend up because it's more into that route, if you know what I mean. We'll see. So I look forward for next week's episode of this show called My Stepmom's Daughter Is My Ex. I think it airs on Wednesdays now, but we'll see. Oh, and there's another show I'm gonna talk about later on if I ever have time, but I'll always get to it. So stay tuned for next week's episode of this domestic girlfriend 2.0, or you call it My Stepmom's Daughter Is My Ex.